So I'm just going to start with a few little leaves, and I'm just going to use my 12 shader. So if you have a 12 shader or flat, just has a flat edge right here. Okay, and I've also got a 6 round, or if you have something close to that, like a 5 or a 4 even, that's what I'm going to be using. Okay, so I'm just going to start with those greens first, and I've got some of that evergreen. Again, when I hold my brush, I just hold it right on the ferrule, the metal part of the brush, so I have more control, and rest your hand as much as you can. Okay, so basically just, I'm gonna pull in some of that stem, and again, I'm a very whimsical painter, so nothing is very perfect. I call it whimsical. Okay, so just nice and light, and you can put these in after as well. Okay, and I'm gonna take my flat brush, and I'm gonna paint in that leaf. Here I start with that dark green. Okay, and you can see I just pull from the vein towards the outside edge, like so. Okay, so I've got my brush at a little bit of an angle. Okay, and I'm gonna add another little leaf right in here. Okay, and I'm just gonna continue this on the other side. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that olive green, and I'm gonna brush a little bit on the leaf. Okay, so and again, just really nice and light, and always go with the direction of the leaf, pulling outwards, and I usually start at the vein and just sort of pull out. And sometimes I just use the corner of my brush even, instead of the whole flat. Okay, and then you can use your round brush just to pull in nice little, few little veins there, like so. Love that olive green, it's so nice and bright. Okay, for the top of that little, using my round brush, so I'm gonna take that, you can either use that coffee bean or you can use burnt umber, and basically all I did was little dabs for the center, like so. Okay, and again, just using my round brush to put this in. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of black to the brown, make it nice and dark, especially at the bottom. Okay, and then I'll add a few little highlights with yellow. Okay, and then I'll use my nice bright fruit punch. Okay, I'm gonna pull that in. Just make sure that you tap off all the excess water. Okay, and I'm even gonna pull in a little touch of white for highlight. Add some little highlights with white even. When you're doing that, it's a little bit transparent, so you might want to come back after and just give it another coat. So once it's dry, make it a little bit more vibrant. So I'm going to add a few little daisies at the bottom of the piece just to really brighten it up. Okay, and usually I use a round brush for that, so you can use, again, a nice large round. And a lot of times what I do first is I just start with the center of the daisy. Okay, and if you want to trace these on, you sure can. Usually I just sort of freehand them, so you can add them kind of wherever you like. And I start with the center first, okay, and then I basically pull in towards that center and then lift so that you get a nice little connection with the center. Okay, so just sort of pressing, lift, So you can see you can see a little bit of the background sort of showing in between. Like so. And then I'm just gonna come over the edge here. Like this. Okay, I'm gonna add another little daisy right at the bottom here. Again, you just start with the center, okay? And then you start out quite a ways. So press on your brush and pull in towards the center and lift. Okay, and each petal I do is not exactly the same length. I try and vary them quite a bit so it looks a little bit more natural. Okay, pressing in, and you can see when you get to the middle of the daisy, usually this petal is pretty much straight up and down, and then you start angling them the other way. Otherwise that you're gonna get some little pinwheels. So you can see this one is again straight, and then I'm going the other direction. Okay, so when those are dry, I'll do those centers. Okay, you can do half daisies. So these ones can just be like so. I'm just doing that, and then I'm going to add the little calyx and pull down the stem. So you can add as many or as little as you like. Okay, I'm going to add another little daisy right in here. Okay, coming over the edge. Okay, and not every daisy is perfect, so you don't have to worry. Okay, and then for the center, you're just going to take a little bit of that yellow, and I just dab it on with my round brush, or you can use even a stippler brush if you have one. Okay, so it's just a little touch of white and then some yellow. I didn't make them very fancy, just nice and bright. Just to finish off the daisies, you can use a little bit of evergreen tipped in olive green, and you can pull the little calyx underneath the half flowers and the buds and then the stems. So the little filler flowers are next. Basically, I just use my round brush, and you can pick any color that you like and just tip in white. So, and then each flower has 4 or 5 little petals. So you just start at the tip of the petal and pull in towards the center. And some of them are even just like little pulls by themselves. So they're really not perfect. They're just to sort of add a little pop of color in between the daisies. So nothing too fancy, just to sort of finish off.